Today's financial tip is to calculate things by their annual cost. And the reason we do this is to just be able to look at it a little bit more broadly. Right? So your answer may be to look at something, its annual cost, and you might go like, yeah, I'm good with that. And that's totally fine. But understanding it from an annual cost perspective brings some more context to the situation. So let me give you a couple examples. Let's look at coffee, right? So lots of people do this. They'll go out, they'll buy coffee at Starbucks or whatever coffee shop, and they'll do that, every day. Well, let's just say 5 days a week, for work, right? And a lot of people fall into this category. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying let's look at the cost from an annual basis. So what's the average cost of a coffee when you go to a coffee shop? Well, you can look it up online and you'll see the average Starbucks drink, I'm just using that as an example, is say $3, something like that. But that's like for a basic drink, right? Like a tall cappuccino, nothing in it. Well, how many times do you hear someone order with nothing in it, right? No, they're all adding extra shots or whatever, whatever syrups, and a grande instead of a tall, etc. I bet you the average drink is not a tall at Starbucks as far as size. Okay, so, and then when you add, tip, things like that, it's not unreasonable for someone to spend $5 a day, 5 days a week at Starbucks, okay? I mean, you can get, there's some extremes out there, like some people will get 2 coffees a day at Starbucks. I mean, anyway, so let's just say 1, and it's $5, by the time, again, you're done with all that. And so that's $25 a week, right? Times 52 weeks, which is right, what is that, $1,300? $1,300 a year on coffee. Now, again, you may look at that and go, okay, I understand that, and I'm good with it, right? It's my time. I like it, blah, blah, blah. Well, as long as you understand that, that's fine. And what I'm not talking about is like someone might, work remotely or work from home, or they're self-employed and they go to a coffee shop and they spend $5, but then they sit there and they do a couple hours worth of focused work, right? That's something different. Or if you're, meeting someone at a coffee shop, that's different. I'm talking about a person who kind of grab and goes, right? $1,300. So we got to think about that. Here's another example. Let's say, I'll use a simple example, just a monthly cost. You might say like some subscription service, like Netflix or whatever. And I don't know how much it costs. We don't have Netflix. I think it's about $15 now, $10, $15. But let's say it's $10 a month. So I have different plans, right? On an annual basis, it's $120. Okay, still, maybe you're like, that's well worth it. That's simple. Okay, great. So that's an example. But again, you're just thinking about it on an annual basis. Let's say somebody goes on date night every week. Okay, I do. And let's say that you spend a little bit of extravagant, but let's say you spend $100 every date night, right? How much is that on an annual basis? It's $5,200. That's a lot on dates. All right. So this whole idea here is that you think about things on an annual basis in order to make decisions, right? So that's all there is to it, is just looking at the cost on an annual basis gives you a broader perspective of it on what you're spending your money on. Okay, I think that's it for today.